Hey everybody, my name is Caleb Courtney. I'm out of the Wilmington Market Center. Woo woo, made a long trip up here. Yeah, so been with KW 6 years now. So I am one of the agents started just before COVID. So definitely on the younger side, millennial, early adopter of technology, and I'm beyond honored to share my perspective today with you about AI and how I implement it in my business. So thank you for having me. Just to jump into some actionable day-to-day, kind of how I actually use it, talking with my clients. AI, just in general, is very good at taking a ton of messy information and synthesizing it down to bite-sized pieces. That extends to note-taking. So if you're here in the audience, you're taking notes and maybe you're not as fast as you hope and it's kind of messy, that's okay. Just take notes. You can always throw that into AI and say, hey, clean this up for me. Pull out the most important pieces that you think I should add in my business. When we're in the moment talking with people, we're in a human-to-human business. And I think most of everyone here probably is successful because you're very good with people. AI can help supplement by not missing every single little detail. What I mean by that is if you have a transcript of your conversation, you have every single little detail there, and AI can actually synthesize that and summarize that in a really, really powerful way. So for example, what I started doing, and I just kind of did this as an experiment, I sat down with some buyers over Google Meet, and I said, hey, would you mind if I recorded this conversation? I'm going to use this transcript of our conversation. I'm going to put it into AI. It just helps me take notes. It helps me kind of not miss any details. This can help me follow up on some of the things that we talked about. But more importantly, it allows me to be a human and just sit and listen and be that confidant, be that friend. And so I'm not just worried about every little thing that they said, every little detail that they said about specific square footage or lot acres or whatever. So I have this transcript at the end, just throw it in, and then you can prompt it. You can have it give you a prompt and just say, hey, give me an action plan. Give me a CRM entry, kind of summarize this into the main points and give me a specific actionable plan based on this exact conversation. And it can get extremely hyper-specific. And I've been able to really tailor some of my action plans to my clients in a much more powerful way than had I missed kind of a slight detail here and there. And then also sometimes I'm like, oh, what was their dog's name again? It's in the notes. The AI got it. I forgot. Oh, yeah, Fido. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, now I know for my closing gift what I'm going to get. So it just helps me stay on top of some of those details. I think maybe most people would have this experience. The very first thing was, how can I make this email sound better, right? It was like, it would sound so simplistic, but if you are sitting here and you haven't used AI, at all, or you're scared, that's honestly the gateway. That's the beginning of, can revise this communication. It's probably the easiest number one thing. A lot of us are moving very fast. We want to get to the next problem. I know this is super annoying. I try not to do this around people, but I'm a big voice to text because you can get so much out faster. Hey, say this, say that. But then really quickly, I can do that in ChatGPT and say, hey, revise this as a text to send to my client. Boom. And then it takes essentially the body of what I said, the main message, and then kind of spits it out in a more professional, grammatically correct way that I think keeps me looking more professional and keeps me moving fast so then I can move to the next problem and not be so hung up on exactly how they're going to read this. And then I learned, if I give feedback, I didn't really like that response. Guess what? You can tell it that you didn't like that response. What didn't you like about it? Oh, that sounded a little too stuffy. That was a bit too professional. Maybe this was too long-winded. Give it to me in a more succinct fashion. And then from there, it kind of unlocked a branch of, oh my gosh, this is a tool that I can talk to. I can dictate how I want it to work for me. And then it kind of developed into more of an unpaid assistant type of work from there. As far as the scaling piece, I think you kind of alluded to it, David kind of alluded to being able to synthesize a ton of information quickly. So MLS data, we all pay to have access to an incredible amount of data within our MLS. And there is tons of search fields that you might not even think are important. But if you can export and get that raw data in like a CSV type file and train your model on it and ask it to go through, it does take a little bit of collaboration. It's not going to be right the first time. And that's kind of really what I want to make sure everyone knows about it, is you're going to have to work with it a little bit. If it doesn't give you the answer you like, you're going to have to kind of talk with it, right? Just like you would with your, your assistant. You train it. Whatever data you have your hands on or subscribe to, being able to get that, put it into AI, and then ask it specific actionable questions about that, I think could scale all of our business in a very, very powerful way. Let that do all the details, remember all the little, I'm not saying don't remember it yourself. You're still responsible for everything that leaves your email inbox and your text and your mouth, right? So you need to be ready and know this stuff. But when it comes to those specific details and a lot of that busy work, I think that is a humongous opportunity for all of us in this room to grow and service our clients, allow them to be more human with more people and get those details. Let AI do the busy work so we can work with our clients that we love. I would say that pick one task, one area, one thing that is just driving you crazy or that you're very reluctant to do, whether that be an operations manual or massive data analyzing for a CMA or something. Pick one task that truly is kind of a thorn in your side and ask AI, how can it help you through this? How can it take some of that work off your plate? How can you leverage it? And have a conversation back and forth, experiment, try, talk to it, and collaborate with it. That is very, very important. It's not just going to solve your problem for you. It will give you an answer. If you give it an open-ended question, it will give you a very general open-ended answer. The more specific, you put good input in, you get good input out. So pick one area. I think I hear this sentiment of agents are going to get replaced by AI and all this stuff. And, here's what I say to that. At the end of the day, we are a human-to-human business. There's a human looking to sell some real estate. There's a human looking to buy some real estate. AI is definitely going to take a lot of communication, maybe some data, maybe some stuff off of that plate. But at the end of the day, all of that is not necessarily what makes you a powerful real estate agent and a relationship builder and a person that your clients look to solve their problems. They trust you. ChatGPT and AI can do the busy work, but they're not going to build trust on their own. That comes from you specifically. So remember it as a tool, as a partnership, and remember it's here to enhance, not take over. So use it as a tool and treat it like that, and I think you'll be very successful.